One of the pieces I wanted to add to my wardrobe this fall is a pair of barrel leg trousers. I shared some inspiration photos in a recent wardrobe planning video, and one of them was a pair of tan colored trousers with a linen button-up shirt. So I'd like to add the trousers to my wardrobe. I have some lived-in cotton twill that I purchased from Blackbird Fabrics. This is in their color Salt, and I've got the matching thread and elastic. So the last thing I need to do before I can get started is print my pattern. I've decided to use the potting pants by Allotment Clothing. It's a relaxed tapered fit, high-waisted pull-on trouser. They are very close to the Le Bon Shop Arc pants, which I've had my eye on for a little while but haven't purchased yet. So I think I will attempt to dupe them with this pattern. They are slightly different, but I think I can get a really similar look, and I thought I would take you along with me this weekend while I make these pants. So the first thing I need to do is go pick up the pattern. This is the Etsy page for the potting pants. I'll just quickly show you the line drawing. So relaxed fit trouser, elastic waistband, front pockets, back pockets, panels down the side of the pants that create that barrel shape. Let's find the size chart. So the first thing I'm noticing is that the pattern is drafted for someone who is 5'6". Because I'm 5'9", I know I will likely have to add 3 inches to the pant length. And I measured my hips and I got 102 centimeters, and my waist and I got 74 centimeters. So that would put me at probably a size medium. And so I have a couple thoughts here. One is that I would like the waist area of the pant to be fairly fitted, and then I want the legs to be wide. So because of that, I do think I might make the size small. And one important thing to note here is that this lower size chart shows your finished garment measurements, and because the size small at the waist is 102 centimeters, there is a little bit of a concern about whether or not I will be able to pull the pants up over my hips. So I think I'm going to take a chance with this one. I did see a few people comment on Instagram that they had to size down. The rise is 11.5 inches, and I know because I'm quite long torso, I tend to like my pants a little bit higher rise. So I might try to add 1 inch of that extra 3 inches in this top part of the pants, and then the other 2 inches down here. Sometimes I try to do that with patterns just because I like the extra space in the rise. So let's get started tracing out the pattern. Okay, I have traced and cut out my pattern pieces. I had lunch and ran a couple errands, and a friend of mine stopped by and she brought over her Arc pants. So these are the Le Bon Shop Arc pants in a size large. And her and I had a good chat about how there is a bit of a size inclusivity issue with Le Bon Shop. So this is the largest size they make. It would be my size if I was to purchase these pants. When the waistband is stretched out, the circumference is 100 centimeters. And that's not really great considering it's the largest size that this brand sells. Whereas with the potting pants, I'm making the size small. So quite a bit bigger size range for the potting pants, which is definitely a vote in the plus category for sewing, because yeah, this definitely isn't made for every body, which is unfortunate. I have set myself up a little sewing space in the dining room. I cut out all the pieces in the fabric, which was pre-washed. I did end up adding the inch of length to the rise and then 2 inches of length to the pant leg. So we'll see how that turns out. And my plan with making these, I will baste everything together, get an idea of the fit, make sure that I'm happy, and then proceed with sewing the pants together. Okay. So I've got half of the pant basted together, and I wanted to do just a quick comparison with my Gap pants because I am quite happy with the way that they fit. So I'm just going to kind of look at the top edge. And I would say they're a bit bigger, but that's also because they're not stretched out. They're actually quite close in size. The rise actually looks pretty similar too. I don't think they're quite as wide. Actually, they are. So it'll be interesting to see how these turn out. I did try them on without my leggings on, but I'll just try them on quickly here. So the pockets are quite nice, and they've got this band down the side. And one thing that's kind of nice with that is if I decide that I wished they were more barrel shaped in the future, it would be pretty easy to just adjust this panel going down the side. Yeah, I'm not worried about them being too big. If anything, I'm worried about them being too small. So there's not much I can do about that now that the fabric's cut out. I'll unpick the rest of the seams, sew them together properly with the top stitching, do the same to the side, and I'll check back in. All right, overall, I am pretty happy with the pants so far. I have the waistband to sew on and put the elastic in, and I also need to add the facings to the bottom. So I've never hemmed pants like that. It'll be interesting. So I did, as I mentioned, add the 3 inches to the pant, and I'm happy with the length that they're at for my height at 5'9". I'm glad I made the small. I was able to fit these pants over my hips, no problem. And they seem like they're gonna be a great size. I didn't make any other modifications other than adding the 3 inches to the length. I haven't even thought about dinner, and I'm losing light in the dining room, so I'm gonna wrap up for today. But I will check back in tomorrow. I will get them finished and be able to try them on. I have sewn the facing onto one of the pant legs. So as you can see, there's just a facing piece that goes in the inside of the pant leg. And as I said, I'd never tried that before, and it does give it quite a lot of structure. And when I tried them on, I wasn't 100% sure that I liked it. So for the other leg, I'm going to try just hemming it, basically rolling it up 1 centimeter, pressing it, rolling it up another centimeter, and pressing it. So it's a much smaller hem. The pants will be a little bit shorter actually, because this only gets technically folded in 1 centimeter and then the facing is applied, so we don't lose any length here. I'll lose another centimeter of length here, but what I was finding is that when I tried them on, I actually liked them cuffed a little bit, or even just like a little bit shorter, and I found the structure around this leg made it difficult to cuff. So I'm gonna give it a try, the 2 different ways, and see which way I prefer. So my right leg has the hem, my left leg has the facing. My right leg is just a tiny bit shorter, which I think I actually prefer. So let's try cuffing them. I kind of liked this, I kind of liked just this little cuff. It almost pronounces the barrel shape more. So with the facing side, if I want to cuff, I'm kind of forced into cuffing it the width of the facing, whereas on this side I can do a much smaller cuff. Which I think I like better. So I think I'll take the facing off this leg and just do a hem on the leg. And then I'll be done. All right, guys, I think we have hit a winner with these ones. These are the potting pants by Allotment Clothing. I just finished them up this morning. They are great. Yeah, I think the pattern is a win. I think the fabric choice was a win. I really like the color. They have some just really nice, clean details down to the hem. And so the modifications that I made were adding 3 inches to the length, 1 inch in the rise, 2 inches in the leg. I think I would make it 1 inch in the rise, 1.5 inches in the leg. And then I also I just hemmed the edge. So I turned it under a centimeter, pressed, and then turned it in another centimeter. And I'm really happy with them. The finishing with the facing was actually really nice. It was a great way to finish up these pants, but I just don't think it was right for me. I think it added some structure, which made the barrel leg really interesting, and perhaps if they were a bit shorter, it would have been okay. But I like the flexibility of just having a bit of a lighter weight hem. There's the back pockets. Yeah, overall turned out great. I still have a little bit of hand sewing just to close up where I put the elastic in there. I spent a little bit of time sort of going through my closet and looking at my purses and some sweaters that I thought would be nice with these pants, and that was fun. I have some really beautiful hand knit sweaters that look great with it. I love sort of an all tan or all sort of creamy beige look. In my wardrobe update video, the last one that I filmed, I talked about wanting to create sort of uniform outfits for this fall, and I'm really excited about these pants because I think they will be great. I have a real tendency to be like, okay, what's next? But I think I'm just gonna sit with these for a little bit, just enjoy how well they turned out, how well the fabric turned out, and just spend some time looking at it with some of my sweaters that I have already in my wardrobe and how I might make some outfits out of these pants, and I will definitely share that in my next wardrobe update video. I think I want to spend a little bit of time thinking about sort of the perfect fall winter shoe for these pants just to make them more wearable. So I think I will wrap up this video for now, and yeah, these were a success. Sewing, knitting is not always a success, so it's fun when it works out. One last thing I wanted to share was that I found an inspiration photo of someone wearing kind of like a trouser like this, but then a chore coat made out of the same fabric. And I don't know if it's a look that would work for me, but I thought it was a fun idea, and because I like this fabric so much, I'm like, ooh, what else can I sew with it? So I enjoyed making this video. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.